guys, welcome back to my channel, Lucifer, Season 2, Episode 3. Let's go over what happened last episode. We had like a really long discussion after last episode.
Well, basically, we find out a little more about the mom, and Lucifer has Maze watch her for like a little bit just because he's going on another case, right, with Chloe. Mm-hmm. And she ends up tricking Maze and headbutting her. And so he's like, oh my god, like, I have to find her now and she can go into any body if she dies because now there's like this big drug dealer after her that they don't know isn't like actually Charlotte, you know?
Right, and apparently she has not had physical form for
weird,
quite some time.
Interesting concept.
And yeah.
I wonder if they'll elaborate a little bit on that, like the physical form thing.
And I want them to elaborate more on what's happening with Amenadiel, but I think it's pretty straightforward unless we're, again, getting it wrong, missing the mark, but I think it's because he's kind of aligning himself with Lucifer. Yeah. And they're working together towards a common goal. So Lucifer has yet to tell Amenadiel that the mom is back in the picture.
Yeah, because he hasn't had his powers because he's been trying to, like, go, like, you know, pray for him to come.
And it hasn't been working.
And he can't get that connection because I don't know if Amenadiel is, like, dying or his wings are just dying.
I don't think he's dying. I think, like, God is kind of punishing him from afar for not accomplishing the goal.
Yeah, but was he going to make him stay on Earth then?
I don't know. Lucifer's been out for 5 years. I mean, he's condemned all of his family to the same fate. That like Lucifer, then it was the mom. So who's to say that Amenadiel doesn't suffer the same fate and get sent to hell, you know?
Yeah, you're right.
We clearly have seen that God really does not care. And we have also seen that the mom, I'm going to call her Charlotte for now because that's like her human name, Charlotte is clearly trying to get back at God by making Lucifer kind of be on her side and not send her back down to hell, thus also keeping Lucifer on Earth.
But that's still kind of like in question about what her like true motives are, because we see one thing with Lucifer, we see another thing, her looking up at the sky like all like, you know, devilish.
That's how I looked at it. That's so, like her looking up and smirking was her kind of being like, you know, because that's where Lucifer would go out and talk to God, right? So clearly she was, like, looking up at God. It wasn't just her looking up at the sky being like, I fooled him, like, I did it. So I don't know if she's in with God, in on this is their master plan for everything, or if she genuinely is upset with God for even sending her down there, which would seem like the logical thing, to not be mad at Lucifer, but to be mad at God instead for condemning you to this fate.
Yeah, and it's just, like, between those two, or those three, I guess, if you want to count, like, a third one in there. But there's just a bunch of options that we don't really know yet. Yeah. Like, it could either be manipulation or truth, basically.
Do you think we're ever going to see God? And do you think he's going to be Morgan Freeman?
I don't think so. I said that he would be, if he even comes, because it's, like, a running gag. But, I don't think that we're actually going to see God. Because I feel like it would kind of piss people off if we saw God.
What do you mean? Piss who off?
I don't know. Just, like, people, if, like, I don't think people are really going to be pissed that Lucifer looks like that. But if they choose God to look one way, it could upset some people.
Oh, you think, like, religious people? I don't think so. No, if they were so mad, why is Morgan Freeman God? You think people were like...
Morgan Freeman is God.
No, he is God. I'm not denying that. But that's, like, I don't know.
No,
I thought you meant people in the show.
I don't think we're gonna see him. I think he's just. I think we might get like maybe like a voiceover from him or something. You know what I'm saying? Like we might just get like sound and like voice. Maybe not physical like appearance though.
Yeah, I feel like we might see him just not now, not maybe anytime soon, because the build up and the talkings around him make that build up to eventually seeing him down the line so much greater and so much more powerful.
Remember when we thought we were going to see him at the end of season 1?
Yeah, well, the episode...
Like, yeah, we're going to see him. We're going to see him.
The episode was called Pops.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But yeah, unless you have any other thoughts.
Nope. Let's get into it.
Predictions getting into the episode.
I don't really know what to think about going into it, so let's just...
do it. All right.
Let's just do it.
So yeah, without further ado, let's get into episode 3.
Introduce me to your friend.
Lucifer, you brought a surprise.
Imagine your mom just walking in on that.
Oh, she's beautiful.
That's my mom.
This just got too weird.
Listen, Mum.
It doesn't even change. It's just too uncomfortable.
Which I appreciate. I'm still getting used to this earthly skin, Zach.
Yes, you used to be a goddess, I know, but things are different now.
I just want to be part of your lives.
Not this part. Out of bounds.
But I was assisting on a stakeout that went long, and I'm really sorry. But I promise you, I will make it up to you, okay?
How?
Double fudge. Your favorite.
You're lucky I like you.
Look, I know that you're still mad at me. I deserve it. But this stuff between us is starting to affect Trixie. So I think that we need to talk later.
You're right. Decker. Okay, yeah. 2 seconds.
Decker. There should be a drag name, like Decker.
Like
Decker.
Like bitch Decker.
Yeah, bitch Decker.
It looks like the highest concentration of accelerant was placed, well, here.
Oh. The nub.
I mean, I've heard of hot pants, but this really brings new meaning to the term fire crotch, doesn't it?
Fire crotch.
Smokey Robinson, Weekend at Bernie's. Our killer was clearly punishing his victim. So if there's someone out there stealing my jam, I need to find out who.
Ready? No!
Dun, 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 dun.
I feel like there should be like a dun 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 cha, like at the end of that.
You should
know?
tell them.
I should just insert it myself.
Nick was a charmer, but he had a tendency to be a little harsh with interns.
AKA, he could be a real dick.
Jack.
As you'll see.
Who does that? What?
Oh, that's fucked up.
Of course he would laugh.
It was quite funny.
Everyone saw it. Tommy was a laughingstock. He quit pretty soon after.
That's messed up. That's very messed up. Who laughs at that? That's like scary.
That is scary. Are you kidding me? You get burn marks and shit.
How did you even find your way here?
Well, it wasn't difficult. I simply smiled at a male human and asked him to take me.
Charlotte Richards has a husband out there who's wondering where she popped off to. Now go see Cabaret. I'm sure you'll find it riveting.
I just don't understand. Of all the things that you could do with your talents, law enforcement,
Have you considered I might enjoy exploring humanity?
all they do is eat. And then afterwards, the food comes out changed and not.
The food comes out.
And not for the better.
Well, he's got broken ribs, a ruptured spleen, and possible cranial bleeding, which would all totally suck.
He was choked with an apple?
No, more like an orchard. We're gonna have to cut him open to get the rest.
That makes me nauseous.
Did he stuff his shirt with apples too?
I think so.
Careful, detective.
He said I
Might
didn't
be
mean
a
to
trap.
take the video of her.
Looks like he's got a boobie. Or it's a phone.
No, it's
Oh
not
no.
just
He still fully looks like he has a titty. Sorry. Sorry, it's a little insensitive.
He took a video of her?
Notice anything familiar? Bog Ag's Amaranth.
She certainly looks too old to be in school.
Unless she teaches at one.
Chloe. She's always one step ahead.
They're always so good. Like, I know it's like for the convenience and the plot of the show, but it's like...
Power duo.
Yeah. It's interesting because it's kind of related to him too. Like, the first one was like fiery, kind of hellish.
Yeah.
And then the other one had like apples.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah, like Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
Hi, Mace. Hi, human.
It's normal that you be jealous of a new girlfriend.
I'm not jealous.
Oh, so you want to protect him?
I want her to get what she deserves.
Perhaps as Lucifer's friend, you can talk to him. Express how you feel.
He won't listen.
Where are you going?
Taking your advice? Hey, man bun. Take care of my friend.
I don't think it's fair to put Trixie in the middle of our problems, you know? I just feel like if we go on the trip and, you know, we pretend everything's fine and then we're just lying to her.
All right.
Yeah, why would you want to pretend to her anyway?
Yeah. It's not fair.
No,
Well,
because it
pretend-
gives her a false hope.
Right. Like, pretend for her sake, but that's not really like for her sake. Because it does more harm than good.
That's cool.
He's trying to test his powers, yeah?
Yeah.
They're slowly fading. Damn. He's really fallen off.
Amenadiel, I know you're in there. Open up!
Oh my god.
Oh, she don't play around.
Hey,
You don't have to hide that you're getting some.
of course, I didn't want you to feel awkward.
How'd you get rebound sex from that?
So what are you doing?
Yeah, right? Like, I got, like, depressed.
I have a problem. There's a new woman in Lucifer's life. I want her gone. But before I do,
I'll talk to him. Yeah.
Well, that was easy.
I'm his big brother, Maze. I really should start looking out for him more often.
Why does he not want to tell her?
You mean she? Oh, why does he not want to tell her that he's losing his... I don't know.
Who's had this job the longest?
Maybe me. I've been at it 2 whole months.
Anyone else?
No. Other than Lila, of course.
Lila, your boss?
Yeah. She started as a moderator before the company blew up.
That's the girl
that we first talked to, right? The girl with curly hair.
I think you called that.
It's always the first person that they meet.
Yeah.
Oh, not always, but...
Yeah, sometimes they confuse us a little bit, and they,
I was literally thinking that, though. They probably have, like, a system. It's like every so-and-so episodes...
They edit it differently, or they change the person, yeah. So it's not always the first person, maybe. It's, like, the last person, or maybe it's, like, the second person. They change it up. But a lot of the time, it is the first person.
Yeah.
He's not here. He left in quite the hurry before. I think it was something I said. I'm having some trouble with my kids. Trying to get closer to them, but I'm not having much luck. Are you a good son?
I try to be.
Would a good son blindly take his father's side in a divorce? Would a good son send his mother to hell?
Mom?
I'm tired of fighting for things that I'm never gonna have. Take me back, Amenadiel. I'm ready.
No, maybe she was being genuine, but I don't know if she's like just using this as manipulation right now.
No, I don't think so. I think she's genuinely upset. I think it's more about her dislike for God more than, like, you know what I mean, her relationships with her sons. Yeah. But it is still about that, but she's trying to get back at God.
Right alongside all of those awful sins that I helped give a voice to.
I thought that her whole thing was to take them down.
Yeah, but she gave it a platform to even exist, whether or not it was for a short or long period of time. Why is he so salty?
Oh, goodness me, I should have known. Okay, detective, this next part will be much easier if you're not here, so I'm going to politely ask you to leave, okay?
I'm not going anywhere.
He's gonna turn, right?
He needs her to leave to be able to do that. Not only would she be able to see, but also he wouldn't be able to,
I'm like...
be immortal.
I'm like itching right now.
I want it to happen.
Hello, Raymond. Hate to, blow up your spot. I understand the longing for justice or the joy of sweet revenge. You didn't have to do anything. You wanted to punish them.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it started with Nick. That was impulsive.
He really didn't have to do anything.
You got a taste for blood, and it felt good.
You're right.
Wait!
Good. I wanted to see his eyes go. I wanted to see the face.
Man, you really don't. Shut up.
It's just so annoying because it's like every time she's around,
I know.
he can't do it or he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to blow his cover.
Yeah, he's like, please leave.
I know. Like, when is it going to happen, if ever?
We should go on the trip. You know, we should go like we always have.
I can't do that.
What do you mean?
What? Didn't he just say...
We shouldn't lie to our daughter. Look, I'm always gonna be Trixie's dad. We're no good for Trixie if we're no good for each other. It's time we get a divorce.
I forgot they still, like, weren't divorced officially, honestly.
Damn. Officially.
It kind of, like, makes sense not to get a divorce, though, like, right away, because it could just be, like, some things you need to, like, fix and just stay separate.
Right.
I know, that's why I'm, like, agreeing with them.
Yeah. Still sad.
He's like, where the hell have you been?
Your brother didn't send me to hell if that's what you're worried about. A mother's love counts for more than you think.
You see, I did make a promise, and I am a man of my word.
So you're going to punish me anyway?
I am indeed. You shall remain right here on Earth amongst the creatures you so despise as one of them.
You're going to send me into the life of Charlotte Richards?
If you truly want to be with your sons, then that's the price that you have to pay.
That's kind of smart.
So be it.
It's gonna be interesting because she's like not used to being a human, so she has to like learn everything, and
she has a whole nother family that's just take care of now.
If that were me, I would just.
What the fuck?
Did she kill him?
I don't know, but she just wailed him against that. I think she killed him.
Bro, she killed him.
That was self-defense, so she can't get in trouble.
The last 2 episodes have ended with her fucking smiling, grinning. Yeah, she's like, okay, I can get into this human life.
I see my power.
I can get down with this.
So interesting episode.
Yeah, I like that one.
I've been liking the mom in these.
Yeah, so I guess we call her Charlotte.
Now we call her Charlotte.
We could shawl her. We'll shawl her Carlet. No, we call her Charlotte, I guess. So,
Charlotte.
Yeah. So,
I thought Amenadiel was gonna I didn't really know what I was gonna think about Amenadiel and her at first, because he was so adamant about sending her back to hell, and all these things, when season 1 ended, it was just they were working together to get her to go. And I think now, because his wings and everything is diminishing, his powers, he's 100% more open-minded than he was before, and he was even open-minded then.
Well, he's not open-minded because his wings are falling off. I think that he's distancing himself from God, realizing that God is kind of shitty, and that's why his wings were falling off, because he started doing things against him. And so then he kind of was following that path of not doing what God is saying. He was like, you know what? I'm not going to send her right back to hell, because I've been working with you, Lucy, for, a little bit of time now. We haven't been fighting, so might as well not send her back.
I know. So it was ultimately Lucifer's decision on what to do with her.
Right.
Because he made the deal.
Yeah.
He said to send her back to hell, but what isn't hell if you somewhere you really don't want to be in someone else's life?
Yeah.
You can't even
So she's still in her human body, but she has the powers that she has, mystically.
Yes. Yes, it's a demon or
No, as a goddess. She was a
goddess. Yes.
So she has all of those powers still. Does that mean that she could still die? Yeah.
I'm confused by it just because
I am too.
He said now you're in a human form, you have to stay as a human on Earth. But what we just saw is that's really not kind of true.
Well, a human body. She's got a physical. I think the whole thing was she's never had a physical form.
Yeah, but
now she's got a physical form, and she has to deal with the limitations that come with that.
So does this mean she's going to age now? Does this mean her powers are going to diminish too?
I don't know, because clearly she still has her powers, but also this is different from Lucifer and Amenadiel, because Lucifer and Amenadiel are in their own bodies. That's them. That's not
Yeah, which still is weird to me, because they were there when humans were created, so who's to say that is them?
I just assumed that that's them because we haven't had anything to suggest otherwise.
Yeah.
I feel if they would have spoken about his previous life as a human, or Menadiel's, you know what I mean? They were there from the beginning of creation, whereas I guess Charlotte had no reason to have a physical form. I don't know.
I'm still weirded
we still got questions about that.
May said
maybe she did have a physical form once, and she lost her physical form when she went back to hell.
I want to know.
But then how did Maze punish her?
Yeah, that's what I'm confused about. I'm still confused. I thought we were gonna get more answers in this.
Yeah, because Maze was I couldn't punish you. I couldn't find your weak spot. But wouldn't you need kind of a physical body to punish anyway? And then she was oh, Maze was so shocked that she came back to Earth and she had a physical form. She was genuinely shocked by it.
She's
so
flesh.
I'm confused. Yeah, flesh. I'm confused by that.
No, I know. And so I also don't know what's gonna happen, because as we just saw, she just slammed somebody against the wall and looked like she liked it because she killed him, or he's just very badly injured. He was bleeding out of his head.
Yeah.
Safe to say he's probably dead.
Yeah.
How is that going to come into play with a whole family that she doesn't even want?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think she's realizing that, the lives of humans, kind of how Lucifer was realizing it, from behind a different wall. She went to hell, and she was the one being tortured, and now she's in the human world, and she realizes that people who do bad things can like be punished for it. And she's like, I kind of like this, because she was never a demonic, like she was never a demonic creature. She was always a goddess. She was always up with God. Yeah. So she was always good. So I think that smirk at the end was supposed to be her kind of like, okay, I can fight back. I can defend myself. Like, I like this. Yes, I'm limited by this human body, but
my strength isn't really.
Right, like I don't have to put up with this shit. Like, I like this.
Do you think it only comes out though when she's like in a position like that where like, I don't know, like you know how Lucifer, when he's angry, his eyes turn red, sometimes his face shifts, but he's super powerful.
Yeah, but he's always powerful. I think that they're all always powerful. I don't think it's something that's activated by anger, no. Okay. I think they're just always like that.
I also want to know if they age, because now they're in human bodies, but like what's going to happen when the body dies?
She might age.
Yeah, but if she died, like if someone killed her, her soul, or like whatever
would
she
be
is,
transferred to a different person, right? Yeah. So what's your question?
I didn't know if because it's like this goddess inside of a human, it would prevent it from aging. Like, does Lucifer age? Does Amenadiel age? No. Also, why don't they age? Do they choose that age that they want to stay at?
Yeah, I think we should suspend belief for the sake of the show, but, you know.
I don't know if it's that deep.
I don't think it's that deep. I don't think that they have concrete ages. I think that that's just, like, the age, you know?
Yeah.
It's, like, something that's not really supposed to be questioned, you know?
I'm sorry.
It's like SpongeBob. Like, he doesn't have an age.
He really...
But if you're really going to sit there and be like, what age is SpongeBob? Is he always that age?
Yo, I had that question, though. I think he's probably, like, 16.
16? You think SpongeBob is 16? I think he's got a full-ass job. Well, you can be 16 and have a job. But I don't think
probably
Squidward...
Probably in his 20s, then?
No, I think he's fully in his, like, 30s. Yeah.
I don't know.
His parents are, like, old and gray and decrepit.
You're right. I guess because I was a kid, I grew up watching it.
Anyways, sorry, we're really off track, but I'm excited to see also Maze and Linda, Dr. Linda's relationship, kind of develop a little bit more. I like that friendship. I like that she's kind of grounding Maze, and I like Maze's character a lot more in this season than last season. Because last season I feel like she didn't get a lot of depth. She was kind of just like, I love sex, I love punishing, I love like torture, I'm evil. But now she's getting this like other side to her where she has a little bit more depth. She's exploring herself outside of Lucifer, and she's, like, growing into her character a little bit more.
Yeah, she's definitely, like, I don't know, I feel like in the beginning she didn't understand Lucifer, and now she's starting to in her own way.
Yeah. She's also doing stuff for herself, and making her own choices. It's not always, and don't get me wrong, like, she still loves punishing, evil, all that stuff, but it's not...
layers.
She has more layers. Like she's like an onion.
The onion.
She's like an onion now.
What was the other thing that we said, that Lucifer said?
I think he said something about being an onion. Yeah, he has a lot of layers like an onion.
Maybe I said something else then. That was funny.
So, everybody's got layers on this show.
Great episode.
Chloe and Dan divorced.
Yes. I know that was supposed to be like a big thing. But, like, with everything else happening, it was just, like, so minuscule to me. Like, we kind of
but we knew it was coming. It wasn't just minuscule because everything else was happening. It was minuscule because we saw it coming.
I know.
I was rooting... A small percentage of me was rooting for them, too, though. Like, a couple of episodes ago, towards the end of season 1, when Dan kind of was in the, like, shittiest place of his life, Malcolm, all that stuff was happening, I genuinely felt bad for him. I felt that he was trying to make shit work, but, like, you can't force it. You really can't force it. Especially, I don't think Chloe was ever going to forgive him for the Palmetto case.
I was going to ask you if you think that if Malcolm didn't get involved and, like, that whole thing didn't happen, if they would have gotten together, you think?
Yeah, definitely. The whole reason why she lost trust was because the reason that they had so many issues and he was, like, gone and it was because of the Palmetto case. And for months, I presume, for months, she was being lied to.
Yeah, but do you think that would have eventually came up and then, like, it still wouldn't have worked out? I don't see them together in the long run even before Malcolm. Do you know what I mean? I just felt like they never clicked.
They didn't have, like, chemistry. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
So that's why it wasn't, like, a big deal to me.
It's hard when you have the same job. And it's stressful.
And you have, like, a kid together and, like... Yeah. I don't know. I saw it coming.
I could see that. That's why I can see the chemistry between Lucifer and Chloe so much. Like, yes, I could see them as friends, but I could also see them as being Endgame. But I don't know.
That's why I said it wasn't so shocking.
I see them more as friends for now.
Because that, like, her and Lucifer, like, that's something.
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to become anything for a while. Maybe not ever, because I feel like that would change a lot. And both of them aren't ready for that right now. Like, there are different things being focused on in the story right now. And right now, Chloe's whole story revolves around Dan and that, dealing with that. And Lucifer, obviously, it revolves around his mom. Mm-hmm. And figuring that out, so yeah.
I agree with you.
But yeah, unless you have any other thoughts,
no.
Let's get into the next episode. So yeah, as always, thank you guys for watching. Check out my other reactions if you have not already, and we will see you guys for episode 4. Alright, bye guys.